Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace, blessing, salutation to the brethren, to the believers, to you I say shalom. And this lesson is gonna, it's gonna be about, I'm just gonna go into that, that word stranger in the Old Testament and bring out some understanding on that word strangers. Because there are different Hebrew words for the word stranger. So if you go to Exodus chapter 12, verse 43, it says, "And Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof." The NLT says, then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "These are the instructions for the festival of Passover. No outsiders are allowed to eat the Passover meal." So when you go into that word stranger, let's see what it says. It says nakar. Nakar. Okay. And it says foreign, alien, foreignness, that which is foreign. Foreignness, foreign gods, alien, foreigner. It says foreign vanities. So this stranger is an actual stranger. Okay? An actual stranger. An actual heathen. So that word nakar fits for, this word fits the actual heathens. Okay, once again, there are different Hebrew words for the word stranger. So verse 43, "And Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof." So the Passover, it's a solemn assembly, and it's only for the Israelites. It's not for these different nations. Okay? Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 19. "Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother." Usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. So usury is interest. Okay. The NLT says, "Do not charge interest on the loans you make to a fellow Israelite, whether you loan money or food or anything else." So you don't supposed to charge interest. In today's society, you see Esau, he charges interest, man. And it keeps people, especially the Israelites, which consists of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it keeps us more poor and more in debt. Okay, so you don't supposed to an Israelite do not supposed to charge another Israelite interest. Verse 20, unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury. Right, the NLT says you may charge interest to foreigners. KJV says, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord Yahweh thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to in the land whether thou goest to possess it. The NLT says you may charge interest to foreigners, but you may not charge interest to Israelites, so that the Lord your power may bless you in everything you do in the land you are about to enter and occupy. So that just show you that these different nations, these different heathens, they're not our brother. Okay? You don't supposed to set a person of another nation to rule over you. Okay, that's in the law too. So let's go into that word stranger. And it's nakar. Foreign, alien, foreign, right? I went to the root word. It says calamity, disaster, misfortune. It says to the Strong's definition, something strange. Right. So Israelites may charge interest to these different heathen nations, but not to their own brother. Okay? So right there it says, unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but not to your brother. Let's get the next scripture. Just a lesson going into the word stranger. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 21. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it, or thou mayest sell it unto an alien. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy God. Thou shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk. The NLT says you must not eat anything that has died a natural death. You may give it to a foreigner living in your town, or you may sell it to a stranger, but do not eat it yourselves, for you are set apart as holy to the Lord your God. You must not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. And there you go right there. Okay. You don't supposed to, an Israelite do not supposed to eat anything that died of itself, but they can give it to an actual heathen. Okay. Or we can sell it to an actual heathen. But do not sell it to your own brother. All right. That word alien goes into nakar. All right. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43, and it reads, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low." The NLT says the foreigners living among you will become stronger and stronger while you become weaker and weaker. And that word stranger there is it says gar, but it really supposed to be nakar. The blue letter Bible do go off at times. Okay, that's why it's very important to learn from the apostles and continue in the apostles' doctrine, right? It's not the discourse of the elders, because we have to, that's how we learn from our elders, our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and men on down, and they tell us and teach us how to, look up things, look up words, go into the words, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Okay. So that stranger is supposed to be Nakar, not Gar. And when you go to back to Deuteronomy 14, verse 21, that word stranger there is, it says Gar, but that stranger really supposed to be Nakar. And the one in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48, that stranger is supposed to be Nakar, not Gar. Okay, now when you go into that word Gar, that's an actual Israelite. That's a stranger, an actual Israelite. It's a sojourner, a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherited rights. It says of foreigners in Israel, though conceded rights. There you go. All right. So once again, you have different words for that word stranger in the Bible. It's different Hebrew words for that word stranger. All right. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 56, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to Yahweh speak, saying, Yahweh hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. Now in verse 3, that word stranger there, it says in the car, but it really supposed to be gar. You see, so this is not actually talking about the heathens. No, this is talking about Israelites. Okay. All right. Let's go to Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy Just give me 1 second. All right, so we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 15. And I'm going to also, get that in the Good News translation too, as well. This is Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 1. This is in the King James Bible. It says, "At the end of every 7 years thou shalt make a release, and this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lendeth aught unto his neighbor, every creditor that lendeth aught unto his neighbor shall release it. He shall not exact it of his neighbor or of his brother, because it is called Yahweh's release. Of a foreigner thou mayest exact it again, but that which is thine with thy brother, thine hand shall release." All right, so the NLT says, "At the end of every 7th year, you must cancel the debts of everyone who owes you money. This is how it must be done. Everyone must cancel the loans they have made to their fellow Israelites. They must not demand payment from their neighbors or relatives, for the Lord Yahweh time of release has arrived. This release from debt, however, applies only to your fellow Israelites, not to the foreigners living among you." See? That word foreigner is nakar, dealing with the actual heathens. You see that? The laws and the commandments was only for the Israelites, because the Israelites are a special people unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Okay, of a foreigner thou mayest exact it again, but that which is thine with thy brother, thine hand shall release. There you go. So let's get that in the Good News translation, the GNT. Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 2. "This is how it is to be done. Each of you who has lent money to any Israelite is to cancel the debt. You must not try to collect the money. The Lord himself has declared the debt canceled. You may collect what a foreigner owes you, but you must not collect what any of your own people owe you." So the Lord is showing you the difference. Just a lesson on the word strangers in the Bible. Going into some of the laws and the commandments. So with that, all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash, Shalom.